What's up? This is Six Leaf Clover Fire here. Welcome to episode 7 of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom practice. In this episode, I'm only going to be working on oil skip. So let's get to it. So, I've made some changes. I will get back to chess, I promise. I actually have a big update about chess. And I will talk about that in a bit, but first, important thing, I got a foot pedal. And the foot pedal is going to help me to record without having to edit my videos, which I need to go back and still edit a couple videos, I think. So I no longer have to use YouTube Studios to do that, ideally. Oop, that wasn't bad, but okay. The other thing is that it's a double pedal, so I can use the right to switch. No, not to switch, to split. So earlier today, I was recording this exact video and I really hope it records, because I don't have a way for it to alert me that I'm recording, if that makes sense. I just have to hope. I just have to hope that it does, so I hope it is recording now. I know it is. But you know what I mean. I wish that there was a way for me to verify it is. Just like an overlay that appears on top of my screen that just says, recording in progress. For like a split second would be amazing. But I recorded this very video earlier. And it works. The recording worked. But what I didn't do was I had the whole thing recording my face, and that's it. So I wasn't recording SpongeBob, the screen at all. I was just recording my face, and that's it. Very frustrating. That was like 40 minutes long. I kept touching my face during the recording. Making fun of myself for doing that. The other thing is, I discovered 4 things for oil skip that are very important. First of all, setup, of course, is important. Second is walk distance. You have to walk far enough. You have to walk over to the second rock there. Yeah. And I pushed forward, unfortunately. You have to walk up to the second rock, the closest rock to the spatula. And that's going to get you the speed and distance to get to the spatula. Third thing is max jump height. You want to make sure that you're doing max jump height and slamming at the right time. And that'll help get you there. Now, the fourth thing that I realized is the timing of the jump is extremely important, and I didn't realize how important the timing of the jump is. Because if you jump too soon, the blob will hit you on your way down. See what I mean? I did have a good time, but I don't think I walked up far enough. Just that. So those 4 factors are very important for oil skip. As long as you have those things down, see? There we go. That was such a fast one. The other thing I realized a while back is that you actually go faster with the skip than you do with the max cruise boost, which I think is pretty crazy. So like doing a max cruise boost and trying to jump the gap, you won't get there. You literally need the damage boost to get there. Some other things I talked about are this trick is the hardest trick for me in part 1. So that's why I'm dedicating an entire video to this trick. For part 2, I think, unless it's been a while since I visited part 2, but I'm pretty sure SBA, even though it's not that hard, that's probably the most finicky trick. And I'm specifically referring to 2 Tiki SBA. It isn't that hard, but just a little finicky, right? 1 Tiki, I've never tried it, and I'm not going to for a very long time. So those are things to keep in mind. There we go, perfect. It just feels right at that point. And then for part 3, easily rolling ballroom is the hardest segment for me. I use I forget what the method's called, but you've seen me do it, where I use the actual ball itself, as well as Mr. Krabs. Yeah. I got a ledge grab, I got lucky. As well as Mr. Krabs and a cruise boost and an L clip that I'll get through. Which sounds like a lot, and it is. But the other method is harder in ways. Because it's faster. But if I'm not good at it, then is it really faster? You know what I mean? No, the answer is no. It wouldn't be faster if I'm not good at the harder method. It's only faster. You pick the method that you're better at. For example, I'm not doing Squidward Stream in my runs for the foreseeable future for a few reasons. One of the reasons, it's a hard trick at the end of at the very end of the run, and you're already going to be nervous. Reason 2 is you have to get a perfect cruise boost, like, immediately, or else you'll miss the cycle. So, Shift even recommends if you miss too many cruise boosts, just to reset. Not the run, but the level. So, that is an important factor. And then, finally, I just really enjoy Museum. Museum is one of my favorite levels in the game. It is not a cruise boost trick, so it's just another thing that I don't... It's something that I don't have to worry about, you know? Like, if you can do as few cruise boosts in a run as possible, and that was way too forward, as few as possible, that's good, because they are back-to-back frame-perfect inputs, which isn't easy by any means. So, that's why I'm choosing Museum. Now, I might try to learn Ledge Grab, and that really cut it close. I was not at max height for that. Ledge Grab for Robo Sandy Skip. I might try that. I've only done it a handful of times, and obviously it's a lot faster than the save game glitch, which you will never see in actual competitive, like, speedrun runs, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, ledge grab method would shave off minutes, and you also don't have to go into the cartridge for Dolphin, or not the cartridge, you know what I mean, to, like, remove the memory card, you see what I mean? Which is annoying. That time I jumped too late. Which is annoying, you know what I mean? It's just another thing you have to do. But I anticipate trying to get runs maybe in like a month or so. I know that's a long time, but yeah, of course it's a long time. This is a hard game to run. But the thing is that I've I have so many hobbies. I've kind of learned how to learn. You know what I mean? I think I have an advantage in this game in the sense that I've watched Shift play it for 5 years, so I kind of understand how the game works and like the timing and the routes and stuff like that. And I've seen the evolution of the game and all that stuff, and what's stayed the same, what's changed. That surprisingly helps a lot, I think, when just having that background. Like, if you were just trying to learn the speedrun without ever watching the run, it's going to be extremely hard. You know what I mean? So I have that. I've also played this game when I was a kid. And as an adult. I love this game. And then finally, you know, I have lots of hobbies like, I quite fast enough. I have a lot of hobbies like magic, piano, cubing, chess, even though I'm bad at it. That, you know, there are patterns. Your brain kind of learns how to learn. Sometimes when you get good at one thing, it transposes to another. Like hand-eye coordination, kind of with this. Like with magic here. There we go, that's a lot more comfortable. So I have that as well. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Shift said, you know, nobody's first run is good. You just get it over with. Just even finishing a run is an accomplishment. I'm kind of secretly hoping that my first run is a good run. And I'm ensuring that by making sure I'm confident in all the tricks. Specifically oil skip right now. Now, the other thing that's important to note is that oil skip is at the very beginning of the run. So you only have to do it once per run, right? It's not like you have to do it 5 times perfectly in a row. Unlike with like cruise missing, you have to do, I don't even know how many times, but a fuck ton of times. So, you know, it's good that oil skip is at the beginning of the run. So if I have to reset, I haven't gotten very far in the run anyway. Second of all, though, it might take you a couple tries. You know, you might mess it up the first try and have to do what I'm doing right now, even though I got it, and just reset the level. You might do that 3 or 4 times. And let's just say your accuracy for getting oil skip is 50. You get it 50% of the time. That doesn't sound very good, but think about it. I don't think I walked far enough up. Nope. And see, I'm diagnosing the problems. I know what's wrong each time I mess up, which is great. So anyway, 50% of the time, you get it. You do it 4 times, you're likely going to succeed one of those 4 times. And even if you don't, and have to reset the run, that's okay. You'll probably get it the next run. See what I mean? So, oil skip is scary, but it is a lot of fun. It's also, it's one of the least lenient tricks in the entire game, I think. Yep, see what I mean? Like, that's not gonna make any, you can just tell. Whereas, a similar trick is in Rock Bottom 1. Using the Sleepy Time robot to damage boost over the gap and essentially do all the levels backwards. That is easy compared to oil skip. And not only is it easy, it's lenient. Like, you can be in all kinds of different positions, what have you. Now, the lenient part with oil skip is angle. Like, your angle can be a little bit off, you know. As long as you have the speed The speed is the most important. If you have the speed, you're just gonna make the gap. See, this has speed. I had to adjust the angle just a little bit there. And I still made it just because I had so much momentum. So I'm getting more and more confident with oil skip. Before today, like, of course I knew how to do oil skip, but not only was I not confident, I didn't consider those 4 things that I mentioned. The setup, how far forward you walk up, which is sometimes more or less than you might think, and also timing your jump. I was a little bit too far forward because I didn't actually hit the island. You have to hit the island so that it will allow you to bubble dash. Then you have to consider max height and slamming at that max height. A little bit too far forward even. But if you're too far back, you're not gonna make it anyway. Like, it's impossible. SpongeBob is essentially, the game is detecting that you are on solid ground because the last thing it touched was solid ground. As you kind of hit and slid off the or the edge, not the mountain. The thing is that because it thinks you're on ground, you can bubble bash, right? And I keep going too far forward. You can bubble bash and then double jump out after that. You're essentially storing the momentum. Oh, you're tricking the game. At least that's what I think. I feel like people like Shift would know a lot more about how it works and why it works, but that's kind of how I'm thinking it works. And knowing how something works is important, and being able to execute the thing. And it's the same thing for Magic too. If you are trying to psychologically influence somebody, and it's not something that works every time, you better know how to do it, like everything about it. And not only that, you better have an out if it goes wrong. An out, I guess, would be more of like a backup strat than speedrunning. Which I kind of have a few backup strats. I need to have more, especially as a beginner. And I knew I didn't go far enough forward, but I was kind of getting sick of missing the ledge. If that makes sense. Slicks and Sleepy Time robots are my favorite. Probably because they are easily abusable. They are very easily abusable. I just really like their design. I think Sleepy Time is my absolute favorite. They're just cool, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, and they're strong. They're also similar in ways. You know what I mean? Oh, that was perfect. Again, see how I adjusted the angle there? I think of what my least favorite would be. Probably a Chuck. Chucks are assholes. I do not like Chucks. Manipulating their AI. Like, I get how to manipulate their AI. It's just... Oh, come on. Whoa! Are there spikes on both sides of that? I don't know how that happened. Okay, that's cool. The Chucks are just assholes. You know what I mean? Then obviously, alright. Obviously, fodders are the easiest robots in the game. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know all the names of them. I know a lot of their names. Fodders are literally just fodder. Yeah, I didn't think it was far enough. Now, the cool thing is, if you come close, do not, and I repeat, do not bubble stall. It will cancel your momentum, and it will prevent you from ledge grabbing. You do have a chance, although slight, of ledge grabbing on this, which is wonderful. I also might include an overlay. I don't know how to do this, so I'll have to ask the Discord community. An overlay of what buttons I'm pressing at any given time. That might be helpful for future reference for me and for people wanting to learn the game. I almost made that work, and that's crazy. Almost made that work. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this. Once I get the setup, I use the D-pad to walk forward. Just because, and to readjust. Like if I need to slide backwards there or something, you know, and then I immediately switch back to the analog stick when I'm in the air. It's just kind of precision, you know. Just like how Cruise Boost always use the D-pad. You don't really have a reason to use the analog stick for Cruise Boost. Like, it's so weird because I already feel like I'm better at this game than I am at chess. Like, I feel pretty damn good at this game, even though I haven't accomplished a run. You know what I mean? This is also a very niche community in a way. Like, so it has a following, absolutely, but it's not widespread like chess. This is a 2003 video game, not a thousands upon thousands of year old board game. You know what I mean? Thousands upon thousands. That doesn't sound right. That's probably not right. That's definitely over 1,000 years old, but I don't know about thousands upon thousands. Maybe it is. I don't remember. I know it originated in India. But in India, it had another piece, I think. It was a bit different. You know what I mean? And I don't know. So that can be it. Like, yeah, chess.com has millions of players. And most people are better than me. You know what I mean? There are not millions of players for this game. There are probably thousands who run this game. I'd be surprised if it's less than thousands. But maybe there's not even thousands. Going on a bit of a tangent. But that's okay. Proud of myself. Getting really confident with what's good. Maybe at some point, and that's all I'm doing in this video. Maybe at some point I will try ledge grab method. I have only accomplished it a handful of times. But in the long run, it probably will help with my runs, because I don't know if I've already mentioned that in this video or if it was the last video that I recorded. It's just another thing to do, like taking the memory card out. I think I did mention on this video. Taking the memory card out using Dolphin is just another thing that you gotta do. And it takes minutes, obviously, to walk all the way around downtown Bikini Bottom just to get to Treedom. Whereas Yeah, you have a really hard strat right away, but if you can get it, then you've shaved off minutes. But at the same time, if the run dies later on, it's gonna be extra sad because like, oh, I this sucks because I did this thing that I can only do 1 in 100 times. You know what I mean? And I still didn't make a run out of it. It was way too far forward. I walked past the rock. I hope you all see what rock I'm talking about. Little pebble. Whoever discovered this stuff is just a genius. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really impressed. Like, they had to figure all this out on their own. Like, the 3 most important things for every single speedrun of this game. Like, no speedrun. Like, every speedrun has these 3 things in common, no matter which run of this. Pawns disabled. Right? That's number 1. SBA, ski ball abuse. Increased boosting. Those are like the 3 backbones of the speedrun. And I remember when SBA wasn't even a thing. I remember watching a video that had like 17 views of the person who discovered ski ball abuse. And then it just became a thing. They, at one point, because it was so inconsistent, like they made its own category of the speedrun, like SBA and non-SBA. And then they were like, yeah, I guess it just became easier. Or people just decided, hey, you know, SBA is just the way. Yeah, it's something that everybody has to learn now. Yeah, that's a huge thing that was discovered. And this game has I think every single mini-boss has a debug trigger. Actually, I know for a fact that every single mini-boss has a debug trigger, because there's only 3. There's Prawn, there is the Flying Dutchman. Those 2 have debug triggers, and then there's one more that's escaping me right now. Oh, you know what? No. I guess King Jellyfish doesn't have one. King Jellyfish does not have one. Or if it does, there's no way to either no way to access it, or there's no point in accessing it, because you defeat the boss just instantly, basically, with 3 bruise bubbles. Too far. Are those still 3 mini bosses? Yeah, those are the 3 mini bosses. There are no more. For a split second, I was thinking there was King Neptune, but there's not. That'd be funny, though. Instead of Prawn, like, Prawn's cool and everything, I wish it was Man Ray instead. That'd be cool. But then, the final boss is also skipped because of a debug trigger. And apparently, there are ways to skip. Well, I know for a fact there is a way to skip Robo Sandy, but you do not get the bubble wall. So it is completely pointless. Maybe the same is true about Robo Patrick. Don't know. I'm sure it is. Because why would every single one except Robo Patrick have a skip? You know what I mean? I guess King Jellyfish as well. But again, maybe King Jellyfish does that with a weird debug trigger. That'd be hilarious. completely pointless. Or I guess depending on how to access it, maybe I'd save a second. I doubt it. There's no way. That's something I can ask the community if King Jellyfish has the debug trigger or not. I had to input some inputs quickly there because to readjust my setup. And now I've missed a lot in a row, so I have to kind of stop what I'm doing and think. So setup is correct. Jumped way too late. I think I've been jumping too early, and I'm pretty sure if the speed isn't there, the only reason why is because you just didn't go up far enough. Or no, there are other reasons. You didn't slam at max height. That's what makes this so difficult. There's so many variables you have to keep in mind. Have you comprehended how large this level is? It is huge. I got lucky because I didn't delay my jump long enough. I don't think. So I got super lucky. Like, look at the outer edges, like, of this, the sphere that we're in right now. Perfect. Oh, perfect, but I went up too far. To detect that sponge was on land. I did mention in the last video also that the very first time I tried oil skip, when I got the setup down, like, when I actually successfully tried it, I actually got it. I actually got it, like, quote-unquote, first try. That was kind of the beginner's luck, because I was really struggling with it after that. Things like that was happening to me. And it's gotten way better over time, but still, as you can see, I'm imperfect at it. I don't want it to be something that costs me runs, even if it's so early on. You know what I mean? No point of losing a run early due to a trick that's hard. You know what I mean? Just practice the trick. Walked up way too far, and I realized this. Last time, when I first initially tried to record this, I also forgot to start a timer on my phone, so I didn't know how long I was recording. Turns out it was like 40 minutes, so I was pretty upset. I wasn't 40 minutes wasted, but it was the 40 minutes that was almost captured on film. Why'd I do that? I only walked up a smidgen, but even though I only walked up a smidgen, you can see how delayed my jump was that time. That still gave me a lot of horizontal momentum. There we go. Back on track. Just once you get into a rhythm, you get into a rhythm. It's about identifying what went wrong last time and just correcting it. Because yes, it's muscle memory, but this is like pixel perfect muscle memory. Not actually pixel perfect. There are frame perfect things. Oh man, I don't know what's worse, frame perfect or pixel perfect. Probably pixel perfect. Because I am doing frame perfect stuff. Let's run. Cruise boost. Pixel perfect? I've never done anything pixel perfect. I know that there are pixel perfect stuff in the original Super Mario. Now that's a bitch and a half right there. That would be hard. There we go. See how long I've been recording? Alright, almost as long as last video. I'm gonna keep it going though. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I'm just talking to you all. Because I know it's been quite a while, like 10 days since I've posted, and you know, somebody even on chess.com private messaged me and was like, hey, you know, I really enjoy your vids. Please don't give up. I think you're almost there. You just need to keep writing tactics and things like that. And you will not be disappointed, my friend. That definitely made me really happy to hear. And also, that was really cool. I'll explain that in a second. And also, I haven't given up. I'm just still tilted. And that's something I want to talk about in a second. I actually corrected myself in midair when I was slamming. I pushed forward. I don't know if it was the D-pad or analog stick. Pushed forward just a little bit. And it gave me just the distance I needed. Yeah, so my friend yesterday requested a game of correspondence, and I don't play correspondence games anymore, at least for right now. I rejected the game and I reached out to him. Say, hey, you know, I'm taking a long break from chess right now. Guess why? And I explained, you know, I'm at a plateau. You know, and I can't get better. And he kind of explained to me, well, just because your rating's not increasing doesn't mean you're not getting better. And I replied back, I was like, I understand, essentially, but you have to understand, I quit 8 years ago because I couldn't progress past 1,000. And here I am 8 years later coming back to the game. I think it's been about 8. And coming back to the game, and guess what? I still haven't been able to cross that gap. So I explained it's infuriating. And then after I sent him that message, I took a step back. I was like, yeah, see, this is exactly why I can't play chess right now. I'm still tilted. I am still tilted. I might have to do some meditation and things like that. Actually, I'm going to be making a video soon anyway, explaining. I have learned a lot though. Philosophically, there have been videos on YouTube that have touched me. about a paradox of progressing is to not care. If you care too much about something, you're going to choke. So paradoxically, if you don't care, the good will happen. And it's just kind of like those shower thought kind of things, you know? Like you get why your best ideas come when you're just taking a fucking shower, you know? You know, I watched a video. I was like, this, you know, it's a fictional scenario, but something like this woman was an author, made all kinds of amazing books, and then hit writer's block and couldn't come up with any more ideas. And she started panicking, and no matter how hard she tried to come up with ideas, she couldn't. So she took a step away and took a walk, and while she was walking, all of a sudden, an idea hit her. That's what I need to do with chess, and I need to enjoy losing as well. If I can learn like patience from this game, that would be extremely helpful as well for chess. I learned also my favorite chess player is not a lot of people's favorite chess player. He's a very underrated player. It's Rashid Nishmanidov. He was absolutely brilliant. But I just recently learned, I was watching a video from Gotham Chess, Levy Rosman, about Rashid Nishmanidov. I need to watch the whole thing, but I did not know a lot about his life. He was more into checkers initially. And he really only got into chess when he was 34 years old. Because of lots of reasons. And, like, I'm 26. I'm not saying I'll ever be a Nishmanidov, but I can still be good at chess. And things like, people like Tyler 1, I'm going to be honest, his success story is, like, honestly really discouraging for me. It's not encouraging, it's discouraging. And it's not because I'm not happy for the guy. I'm very happy for the guy. It's that, like, oh wow, like, I must be an idiot because he's trained. But to be fair, and my chess coach Solomon even told me this man, he has the liberty to, like, stream for like 6 to 8 hours a day if he wants and work on chess. No wonder he's amazing at it, you know? I'm not saying I would grow at that rate, but if I'm pouring 6 to 8 hours into chess a day, yeah, I'm not going to stay at a rating of 1,000. It's just not possible. You know what I mean? Unless I'm just purposely trying to lose. My dad is calling, by the way. I will call him back after I'm done recording. It's not an emergency or anything. If it was, he would the voicemail or call again. Well, that's not true. Sometimes he leaves voicemails. And it's not an emergency. One time I think I was recording and he left a voicemail and I was like, oh shit. But it wasn't anything like serious. Oh, you know what it was? He had watched my chess update video and he wanted to give me encouragement on chess, which I thought was really cool. I'm talking a lot about chess, I know. Like, you're here for sponge, not chess. Or maybe you're here for both. This was just such a satisfying skip. So much fun. Rashid Nishmanidov was never a... here I go, talking about chess again. Never became a GM due to political reasons, actually. So he was an international master. And he even beat Mikhail Tall, who I think they were really good friends. Tall said that was the best day of his life, losing to Rashid, because I'm pretty sure that Tall even trained him. Could be wrong about that, don't quote me on that. So. Ooh, I got it. Just the speed wasn't there though, which is an issue. Imagine if SpongeBob were like actually sentient and it was like he's flying to the edge and he just rips his fingers off like grabbing onto that ledge. That's a really funny thought. Yeah, I knew that was too far forward. Excuse me. Yeah, that was too far forward, but I would rather be too far forward than too far back, because if I'm too far back, I'm not getting it anyway. Yeah, see what I mean? I was too far back, not getting it. Ooh, okay. That was weird. It hit me on the way down. I was too far forward. I'm just letting muscle memory take over at this point. I'm not conscious about whether the fact I tried to delay my jump there. There we go. See what I mean with the delayed jumps? It's you need to move a little further than you would think forward and jump a little after when you think you should. Let's see how long I've recorded. 47? Let's try to go for an hour. So this will be almost 2 hours of practicing oil skip. And I've gotten so much better at it and so much more confident. This same exact thing can be applied to chess. Well, I like how you can get vertical momentum by jumping off this block right here, and I didn't get it. Ooh, I got lucky. Now vertical momentum. There's like vertical momentum storage. That you can use in this game. I've never learned it. But I'm sure it's not harder than like frame perfect hammer skip, anything like that. There we go. See how I'm doing a lot higher there? Yeah. So I didn't walk forward enough. It's like you're literally using like Pythagorean theorem here. You're creating the perfect angle between you and the ground. Just like that. It is literally just geometry. It's crazy how you can just manipulate these AIs because, you know, there is such thing as random number generator, but not when it comes to things like oil skip or even some of the sleepy time robot skips. That's not RNG. It's gonna happen every single time because it's a science thing. They have a period of time, like they have a locking mechanism. You can see it there. They have a period of time in which they can shoot. And they have I guess you would call it a walk path? I don't know. A walk cycle. They have a walk cycle. Now if I wait too long here, watch. And then I come over. Then he'll immediately shoot up. See? So, and sometimes they'll go the way that you don't want him to go. If you're not fast enough. So you want him to go to the right. But sometimes if you're not fast enough getting here, he'll go the other way. He'll go to the left. I knew I made that. Just the angle was bad. On Dolphin, you have a disadvantage in the sense that there are more visual cues on Xbox. Like you'll see a burger that pops up right there, see it? That burger you can use as a visual aid on Xbox because the render distance is further on Xbox than it is on Dolphin. Because Xbox was just a stronger system than GameCube. I don't know about PS2. There are differences. Like PS2, I think the render distance is probably just as good, but you can't use PCSX2 for runs for some reason. I honestly don't know why. Probably just because Dolphin is a thing. Sorry, my ear itches. Dolphin's just a better emulator in general. I think. It's probably why. But anyway, when you cruise boost, you do not get that looping cruise bubble sound like you do on Xbox or Dolphin. It's just, you know, game differences. And again, it's a glitch. Imagine though if like a glitch didn't work on one of them. That would suck. Or if it didn't like work on the PAL version or something. There's PAL and then there's I don't remember the other one. I adjusted my... Oh, I don't know why I thought I was gonna make it there. No. Adjusted my angle. Shouldn't have. I just left it. I haven't forgotten to call my dad back. Don't worry, y'all. I think he's probably driving home. There's some fun things to talk to him about, though, like music. Yeah, I'm making my parents watch Yu Yu Hakusho. They like it so far. They're not very far. Episode 7 or so. Just wait until they get to the Dark Tournament, though. Ouch. Just got a pain in my stomach. I think it's a gas pain. Hurts, though. Oh, by the way, if this doesn't record for some reason, I'm gonna be so mad. As this recording is better than my last one. And really, the only reason why this is so good is because of my last one. Recognizing those four principles of getting an oil skip consistently. You have to do every single one of them. That, paradoxically, I think I jumped too late. See, I didn't get a max height jump. That's just fun to do. Yeah, see. Didn't it? I don't know actually what went wrong there. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. So the foot pedals I had to... Well, they initially bind as A and B. That makes sense. An A pedal and a B pedal. I changed it to keys that just aren't used. And the reason why is so they don't interfere with things. You know what I mean? Because, for example, if I just had OBS open and I typed a sentence and I use the letter A, it'd record. It would just start recording. See what I mean? And then press A again, now it stopped recording. So I would just notice I would have like a bunch of recordings on my desktop. So I bound them to keys that just aren't used. And I could probably pick even better ones than the ones I have right now. So I have a backslash and an asterisk. I bet I could use like right shift and left shift. That seems like it would make the most sense. Left shift for left pedal, right shift for right pedal. And like shift doesn't do anything on its own, you see, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, but okay, right shift makes sense because I never use right shift. There's no reason to. I don't think. But left shift you are going to use when typing sentences, so maybe that's not the best option. Oops. Went to touch one screen here. There are also just buttons. I don't even know what they do. Oh, screen lock, pause. Yeah, I don't know. Whoa! What is happening? Whoa, 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 whoa! Watch me get it this time. If I get it right now, I'm ending the video now. Okay, I'm ending the video there. That was perfect. Thank you all so much for watching. That was honestly a lot of fun to refilm. And hands off. I'm gonna end the recording. Now I have to edit a thing. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I will start getting runs in like a month or so. Peace.